Good morning, so nice to see you. Hope as always that your day is off to a wonderful start. Here's a question for you. Have you ever come home from a long day of work, you're grimy, all you want to do is go home and take a shower, and you turn that faucet on and nothing but cold water comes out? We've all had it happen. It's the worst thing in the world when your hot water heater, look, I just did it, goes out. Jake Self is here from Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, talking the plumbing side of things. We were just making a running joke how it's your water heater, not your hot water heater. Yep. I stepped right into it. I called it that anyway.
It's okay.
It's happened to me. Has it ever happened to you?
Yes, it has.
It's a miserable feeling.
You try to get through it and hopefully get it fixed before your wife wants to take a shower, right?
That's right. There's always some culprit in the house that uses the 3 minutes of hot water you have left, and then your teenage daughter gets stuck with the cold shower and you hear a scream for days. So maintenance is the key?
Yes. We would like to come out once a year and do a full plumbing inspection, but for this one we want to just focus on the water heater.
Okay.
And the big key proponent of what we want to do when we're there is flushing the water heater. Because if you have no kind of filtration system in your house, all the sediment that goes through your water starts building up in your water heater, and the capacity of your water heater starts shrinking because all the stuff that's built up at the bottom, therefore there's that much space that no longer is holding your water for you.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So do most new construction houses come with a filtration system?
No.
Is that, no?
No, it's totally
So do most
optional.
of us not have a filtration
Correct.
system?
Yep. Yep. And that's a whole other program that we can talk about next time.
Well, yeah, but you opened up that can of worms, so hold on. If you don't have a first of all, can y'all put a filtration
Absolutely.
system in?
Yep.
Okay. If you don't have one, does that lead to other plumbing problems too? I mean, you're talking about the water heater.
You start
but
looking at buildup on all your faucets, your shower heads, your water filter that's in your fridge. You start seeing a little white calcium buildup on that.
Yeah.
That's what we're wanting to flush out of your water heater as well.
Okay, so if it reaches a point where you haven't had the flush out and that's building up and building up and building up, does it reach a point where it's no longer flushable?
Yes, there is that too. Yep, because the little plastic valve becomes too gummed up at the bottom that you see as your water heater where the water's supposed to drain out, that you can't get it out of there. There's ways that will sit there and back flush over and over and over again, but age and condition is always going to play a part into it.
So, I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is, Jake, you could be at somebody's house from just what all y'all do at Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical almost
we could
every
spend a
month
day
of
with
the
you
year.
if we're there.
Yeah. So don't y'all have like the Hiller Club?
The Happy Hiller Club, yep.
How does that work?
Yeah, so depending on what you have, some people have their go-to heating and air guy or their go-to plumber. We would love to be able to come out for all three trades, but if you have already contracted out with other ones, then seek us out for the one you don't have, whether it be electrical or plumbing. For this one, plumbing, and we'll come out once a year, flush that water heater, check for any leaks. If we hear the toilet running, there's probably either a flapper issue or a fill valve issue that we can come and change those parts out for you before you get a call from your water company say, hey, your usage is through the roof.
Right, right. So in terms of coming out now to schedule it, are you going to do just a check of the water heater, or are you going to look at other plumbing
We'll
issues?
look at the entire plumbing system. We're either calling under your house, or if you're on a slab, we're just going to check every fixture in your house.
Okay,
And
so
then
if you
flush
go,
that water heater.
if you go home, and where do you, like, where does it go? It goes into your truck? When you flush it? What is
It'll
that?
either go outside, or if you have what they call an internal drain P-trap by the water heater, we'll drain it right back into the sewer system and out.
You mentioned that is it calcium deposits that are
Calcium
building
sediment,
up?
yep.
So when you flush that out, if it just goes, you know, into the street or something, is that damaging to anything?
No, and if there's a great big portion of it, my guys are going to scoop it up and take it with them and dispose of it.
You know, the last time you were here, wasn't the last time you were here you had my HVAC?
The heat exchanger, yep.
Heat exchanger? That thing was gunky. So if I had you come out to my house and flush it and you find a whole bunch of calcium, don't bring that on, because I'll be really embarrassed.
Yeah, I'll say her water heater was perfect.
I want a clean bill of health on something. So the thing to watch for, though, might be that you're noticing your water not staying hot as long.
Correct.
Or on your refrigerator, if you've got that white line.
Anything, it's where the temperature difference is, where it's room temperature in your house and you want that hot water, that's where the buildup starts. So any of your fixtures, if you start seeing white buildup on it, then you're having mineral deposits that need to be addressed.
How many times a week do you guess you have customers who scratch their heads and say, man, I sure wish I had taken a preventive measure here and
Quite
not
a bit.
reactive?
Quite a bit.
It's probably every day.
Yeah. And our water heaters, again, things aren't built to last anymore. So we're hoping we get 10 to 12 years out of it, but 6 to 10 is probably the correct range because your manufacturer's warranty is only 6.
Do you have a preference of gas versus electric when it comes to a water heater?
Well, if you have gas, I would do gas all day long, but
Yeah.
it's what you have at your house.
But if you're having to purchase a new one, you would say gas?
If they have
Oh,
gas.
because you have to have gas
Yep,
heat.
Yep.
I'm following. Is that right?
You need a gas meter and or a propane tank.
Okay.
So some people don't have those, so you got to go with electric.
Sometimes our conversations are easy, and sometimes they're hard for me because I don't know what you know, and I reach a point where all I know to do is listen to you
Okay.
and trust your expert advice.
I appreciate
So
that.
you can do the same thing. So it's happyhiller.com is their website. 481-9180 is that phone number to call. So if you're noticing any of those telltale signs that he's talking about, even if you aren't, and you just want the comfort of knowing that you're not, leading your way to disaster, let them come out and check your plumbing.
And if they call in and say that they saw us on this show, that we are doing half off of our maintenance programs.
Fantastic.
Yep.
For how long?
We're going to run it until they say they haven't seen us on TV anymore.
Okay, then call today.
Commercial vehicles and large trucks are a common presence in our cities, and a wreck with a commercial vehicle can lead to complex situations. If a wreck involving a commercial vehicle disrupts your life, call Wettermark Keith, because to us,